Hello and welcome to Kate and Kat's podcast. We run our podcast a little differently than most. Our podcasts are completely spirit-led, and we never know who we're going to have on or what's going to come up to heal. Every episode is a new adventure, where we walk people through healing anything from spirit guides to past lives to inner child work, how the energies and trauma affects the mechanical workings of our physical bodies, and exploring time, space, and dimensions and how it's all happening now. This podcast is for beginners and experts alike. This can be considered explicit content to some, as we do not edit ourselves, and sometimes deep trauma work comes up unexpectedly. And also we cuss like sailors.
On this episode of Kate and Kat Live, we're joined by Susan Elaine 190. Susan has been actively working on regulating how much energy input/output she utilizes conducive to her human form. So we worked quite a bit on helping her figure that out and regulate everything. They're definitely a do everything for everyone else type of person as well. This was a really nice and fun put back in self-power type of live. We hope as you follow along, you get some cool stuff to help you with these issues as well. Without further ado. If you love bad peaches, and that's your fucking problem. On with the podcast.
The ghost is still there.
From last time?
Yes!
It's so cute. It's so excited to be here.
It's like
You guys are guest tonight as a ghost. With a pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
Either that or it's a big nose with whiskers. But why would the mouth be up there? It's a pumpkin.
Oh, I was like, I don't know, maybe.
No.
He is so cute, right? The sun is shining directly in my face.
Read my palm. Just kidding. I was turning the volume up.
Yes. Let's see. Are they here?
Hey!
I had
Let's
to
see if
turn
Roomba makes an appearance.
I did turn Roomba off. She was trying to go.
Sheila, your podcast will be available tomorrow as long as Ben does it correctly.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah.
Hi!
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Divine, what's going on?
Oh, you know, all the things. My kids are
Hi!
fighting. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you.
What would you like to work on tonight?
I would like to work on my physical energy. I had to take 3 naps today. I'm just like tired of having really low physical energy.
Yeah, I used to get really fit. Do you take when you take naps, do you get pulled? What kind of exhaustion is it? Do you get pulled to sleep, or is it like I understand my body is tired and I need to rest, or is it energy fatigue? How would you describe it?
I would describe it more as energy fatigue. It's like I can't do another thing. I literally have to go sleep first. Like there's nothing else I can do. So
Kate's responding to a comment.
Yes. I'm not really getting much about it, except that merging with different forms of you. That's all I got about it. And then Yancey talked in the comments. I was like, oh, yes, I have to answer this. Yeah.
Susan, I know you've looked at a lot of past lives on your own. Have you merged with those versions of you before?
I believe so, but I don't know, like not necessarily I think in other spiritual practices, yes, but maybe not with your practice. So that could be a way.
I don't know, it just looks like a bunch of them are doing a bunch of different things, but not on the same level. Like they're not talking to each other.
That makes sense.
Okay. Why don't you merge all forms and versions of you? Merge with all forms and versions of you. So you say, Spirit of Timayaska, please merge me with all forms and versions of me that I have found. And align us with the most healed timeline.
Align us with the healed timeline.
And then bring them back to their correct dimensions and forms.
Bring them back to the correct dimensions and forms.
And calibrate them. Sorry. Calibrate you and
calibrate them. And calibrate me too.
Please speed that up.
It's moving stuff, but it's moving it like if I was in like a big suit, it reminds me of those Halloween suits that people put a lot of air in.
Right. Yeah. I was feeling like geyser energy, but there was still like some block, like it can't completely move out.
It's going like this. And I expected when you merged everything, I would feel it like all go in, but I just feel this.
Yeah. Kind of like walking like the, yeah.
Michelin Man almost.
Wobbly piece of sheet metal.
Oh, sheet metal. Okay. Why? I definitely didn't get sheet metal, so I'm really interested in the sheet metal. I'm like, that sounds cool. Where? How? Like, what is it?
Oh, that's what it looks like to me. That's what it...
Oh, like a wobbling like this?
Yeah, like a wobbling piece of sheet metal is exactly what it looks like.
Which part's wobbling?
Them. Just that part.
Susan, whatever you're doing right now as Kate's talking is making like my left ear like want to make a high pitched sound, but it's not. It's like an echo of it, I guess.
What about closing? Something about dead forms of you too. The dead timelines of you. What, like closing it off? Closing them down? Or closing the book? Can you
closing
close
the web
book?
browsers too?
Oh, yeah.
Please close the book, close the browsers.
On all the dead timelines.
On all the dead timelines.
And dead versions.
And dead versions. What's conducive to what I need now.
Yeah, that's moving a lot more. It's starting to condense too. It doesn't feel so expansive. I still expected to feel like a huge movement, and it wasn't. It was like almost like, gosh, it's really strange. It's like folding in on itself into a smaller version without the folds.
Oh, like compressing?
Kind of.
I'm saying one of those vacuum bags where you can like suck all the vacuum air out of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it felt like one of those blow up things that you would put the air into, and then now when you did that, now it feels like the vacuum bags. So that makes me go like, what part of you is either hooked up to a machine like that or is a machine like that? Or like, what's the purpose of that being? Why is that set up for you?
Why is that set up for me? I heard contracts, like old contracts, old vows.
Well, anytime I hear contract, I want to get rid of them. But I don't know how you feel about every contract.
Yes, I do too. Rescind all contracts. So
or write them in my favor.
Or write them in my favor, right? So rescind all contracts or write them in my favor. Rewrite them in my favor.
That's moving a lot. It's moving in the lower back, down the hips, up the back, down the legs. That's so odd.
Because I don't think you want to get rid of all of the contracts, which is strange. Not strange, which is different, I should say.
It's okay, I don't mind being strange.
Oh, I'm not a good talker. Um, I don't know. It seems pretty good here.
Now it feels slight anxiety, and I'm not sure if this is actual anxiety or like a something's missing kind of anxiety. I feel it around my in the chest, in the back, on the arms, but not central in like the esophagus, where if it's actual anxiety, that's where it usually feels. Can you ask to put your electromagnetic frequency back to balanced divine working order, please?
Let's put my electromagnetic frequency back into divine working order.
There we go. I'm just gonna answer someone in the comments real quick for the 666. No one thinks you're being rude. You can watch and see what's happening and get context clues from the comments or from the live. But we are working with someone, so to take the time to explain what we're doing, it's kind of like explaining the rules of a game. Just watch and participate, and you'll actually probably have more fun. So that's all. We're just working. We're just doing energy work, and we're doing it live, and you're free to participate if you'd like, and if not, that's fine as well. But no one thinks you're being rude.
Also, your shoes are old, and they're not supposed to be. Like, I was looking more, I went to the most impactful point to heal about your energy. Or what did you say, your physical drain?
Yeah, physical energy. Yeah,
physical energy, and it brought me to your shoes. And these look like in a movie where they're trying to depict a peasant, and they're like, "Oh, peasant shoes." And so I feel like this is from a past life that it's trying to show of like peasant shoes. These are not her shoes. These are peasant shoes, and that's all it keeps saying.
I showed Ben Shawshank Redemption recently, and I don't think you've ever seen that movie, Kate. Have you, Susan?
Yeah. And the shoes were old, right? Yeah, or new. The shoes.
Yeah, he took the shoes when he left and left his old shoes. But I just saw that recently. But he wasn't supposed to be in there. Like, he wasn't guilty.
Yeah.
So, like, he was like, I'm done with these shoes. They're not mine. So, for those listening at home, Kate got a gift and a sombrero hat, and it made her really distracted and really happy.
A mariachi hat is what it's called. Ben, you're going to love it. I want to see your face when this happens on the podcast. Okay.
So not just distinguished by the shoes, which it still is that, but still very much, these aren't yours. It's like someone's trying to put you into these and trying to make you this, and you know that you're not that. So is it in your work life, your family life, your spiritual practice?
It's in this lifetime. Yes, it is in this lifetime. Family of origin. Yeah, I'm hearing it's family of origin. So is it my parents? Yes. It's my parents trying to control me.
Okay. Why don't you like unlace the shoes so they can't be put on anybody? Like destroy them beyond repair. And you know what?
You're doing it.
I would eat them.
Kate has a form that has
them first.
Oh, you were cooking them?
Oh, okay.
It's cooking them first.
Yes. Okay. Because it's like, all right, you're going to give me energy. I will take that. I'll take your energy all day. Yes.
And I'll feed it to my lowest dimensional form that needs it. Yeah. But I'm serving it up on a platter to them as though it's really lovely meal.
Oh my God, that reminds me of Cartman on South Park. Have y'all seen that episode where he cooks Scott Tenorman's parents and feeds it to Scott?
No.
It's really weird. Anyway, thanks, Spirit Guides.
We know what South Park is, so it's like, yeah, well, that's on par.
Yeah,
Like, it's a weird message, but hey, you know.
Very South Park. Love. So good said. All these images, it's crazy.
Would you say that the intensity of your like energy drainage has come up with this new kind of communication that your parents are trying to give you that you're not participating in anymore? Do you think that that has amped up the drainage? Is it coexistent with that time period or whatever?
Yeah, probably since I went a little no contact. Yeah, I went a little no contact with them probably in 2020 or 2021, and now I'm in contact with them. But if they make demands that feel as though it's energy draining, I just ignore them, and there's probably still their energy on that side, if that makes sense.
Okay, well, let's clean it up and pull it back. I mean, like, you got the shoes off, but like anything from the conversation that you can pull the energy back from, anything from the house you grew up in, or if you've been at their locations, from memories, from, I'm just giving you like a list for you to go off of because I know that you already know how to do the things. And then from the titles or the name tags they've given you, from the conversations that you had, just kind of clean that all up. Just pull all of your stuff back from that. There you go.
That's a lot.
I don't know.
There's this book called Time Zero, and it tells the story of some really bad stuff that happened during World War II, but backwards. And so it actually makes sense if you tell it backwards because he's going. And so it's a really fascinating story. And that's what I see right now. It's just like everything is being undone. All the words are being actions undone. It's really beautiful. Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh,
There you go.
it's just a cobbler life. Somebody's a cobbler. That's what I keep seeing over and over again. I tried not to see it. It's like this. I don't think this has anything to do with it, but it does.
There's an Adam Sandler movie about being a cobbler. It's one of his more serious ones. Have you seen it?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
And
it?
it's like he would put on people's shoes. He would put on people's shoes and he would become them. He would physically transform into them, become them, live their life. And he gets himself in a sticky situation. And he, spoiler alert on it, he realizes that the gentleman that owns the store next to him was his father that disappeared eons ago. And he had the same ability and knew about the shoes and had picked an identity and like made everybody think that he went away so he could actually like watch Adam Sandler's character grow up and not stay too far. Yes, it's gross. Not stay too far from the mom, but still didn't man up to all of the things. What's the significance of that? I mean, like, there's a cobbler life that Kate's specifically seeing, but that movie came up, so...
Yeah, how does it pertain to this life, I guess? Or you, how does it pertain to you?
Yeah, it's a past life is what I'm hearing. Was I the cobbler? Yes, I was a cobbler in a past life. What's important in that life for me to heal? Or no?
Did you step into someone's shoes, like, for perspective and then just keep them on? Did you become something for somebody, like, for perspective or to keep the peace or whatever this is?
Yes, and that's how it relates to this life, because I did that for my parents for probably the first 40 years of my life. So that makes sense.
Okay. So, where are your real shoes?
And that's what I'm asking now, because when I went into that life as a cobbler, it was like the cobbler's children have no shoes. What was kept on coming up.
Oh, that story, the children's story. Okay.
Yeah, the children's story of the cobbler's children not having any shoes because he makes shoes for everybody else and not for his own family. Which could be, is that tied to the exhaustion? Yes.
We'll break the contract of having to make shoes for everybody else. Or, in that, which coincides with whatever, like anything conducive to what's going on with you now.
Definitely feel more lightness in my head.
But also perspective, because Jenna, she wrote neglected, but it's not neglected. There's a thing of like pulling from another fable or whatever, a phrasing. A turn of phrase is teach them how to fish, don't give them a fish.
Right.
So, because we can get a lot of like guilt that we're not doing everything that we need to do in our lives because we're being pulled or doing stuff for other people or don't have enough time. Like even when I get busy and I'm pulled, and my children want to talk to me, they're trying to pull me out of something, and I will be like, I'm busy at this moment in time. They're fine. They're not neglected, but I'll still have guilt about even just that moment of it.
Yeah. Or like enabling everybody else except yourself. I think that's probably a theme for me.
Right.
I think just doing the house cleanse here, your house cleanse here.
We did a past life the other day, and we just did she just did the house cleanse, and the life was done. And it was like, okay.
Yeah, this seems really simple. And then the team revamp sweep. So everyone will be let in on it, and the upgrades will happen.
I have a question. I have a question too, Susan, with the putting on other people's shoes or whatever, stepping into the shoes, and also how easy it is for you to look at past lives and stuff. I know you do a different spiritual practice than I do. And what you do doesn't necessarily pertain to past lives or anything like that, but you have the ability to step into shoes, to get perspectives, and also travel to help people heal in past lives and stuff. Have you thought about going down that route at all?
I have done it for some people, particularly like if they have, I'm a hypnotherapist as well, so I'll do past life regression for people. The thing I found is for a lot of people, they get too attached to what the past life is, and that's not the important part. It's just the emotion, vows, contracts, all that stuff. And so I've done enough of them and seen enough past lives that I'm not affected by it anymore. Like, I was probably a sexual oracle in thousands of lives, and like that doesn't bother me anymore. It did when I first found that out. So I think it's just that experience. And I am very good at understanding people's perspective. And I think this is the thing with boundaries, even with my parents. It's like I see their pain and I know how to fix it, but I just can't fix it anymore because I've been fixing it all of my life, and that's not my job anymore. Like I was wearing the wrong shoes doing that job. So, really hard.
Do you have an odd agreement to be the one that breaks the generational curses or like the generational things? Can you remove that? Can you remove that as well? Because all that does is have people, your ancestors or past lives or all this stuff, just put paperwork on your desk.
I hate paperwork. Please.
Because just being you will break enough. Like, it'll break enough of the trauma patterns. We don't have to break everybody else's for them. Like, they can reincarnate or whatever. They can do their own stuff.
I keep on hearing, not my job, not my job, not my job. Yeah.
I still keep hearing, like, my father was a tailor. Yeah, that song, House of the Rising Sun. It's like, it actually says my mother was a tailor, but I just keep hearing my father was a tailor, sewed my new blue jeans. And it keeps playing over and over and over again here. And I wonder if this has been happening in multiple lives, because it's not the same life. And I wonder if it just keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again. So can you ripple that or copy and paste it to all forms and versions of you that need it?
Some versions of me that need it.
Conducive to what they each need.
Conducive to what they each need. That was deep. And I felt that go sideways too.
Your sense of peace with it.
Wow.
So now your shoes look like black trash bags, but they're really nice black trash bags. Like, I keep panning down to them because I'm like, okay. And then I look away and
those like, are they the like slipper booty things that you put on when you come in so you don't track dirt in the house?
Oh, for a crime scene.
Oh. Well, that kind of makes sense too, like digging up the dirt, trying to find the things, trying to piece together all the things. See, it's making her tired. Okay, merge with your crime scene life. See what happens.
I got the song, they only want you when you're 17, not when you're 21. You're no fun.
I made my back pop.
Yeah, I am feeling some pain on my left side back, mid back, like stab. Was I the victim? No. Was I the hurter?
I think.
No.
Were you the medium?
Took pictures.
Yes.
So you're gathering evidence. Kate's seeing you gather evidence, and I'm thinking that you're feeling the victims, like you're feeling the crime scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're acting as the medium that's figuring it out, or if you just have those abilities and they're kicking in.
Yeah.
Or like an expert in her field that people think it's like professional expertism, but really it's her channeling.
But really,
like,
she's channeling.
Yes, yeah. It's like
and she's
the blood flew this way. The victim
she's just a Sherlock Holmes.
The victim was 5'7".
Hey, can you in this, Susan, in this form of you, can you say, "Spirit, if it's in my highest good"?
Spirit, if it's in my highest good.
Please allow my soul to fragment out.
Please allow my soul to fragment out.
To do the work it needs.
To do the work it needs.
While allowing my human to remain human.
While allowing my human to remain human.
Okay, and then also, please allow, if it's in my highest good, please allow.
If it's in my highest good, please allow.
This version of me.
This version of me.
To access their spiritual abilities.
To access their spiritual abilities.
In a way that's conducive to my human form.
In a way that's conducive to my human form.
And then in your sensory knobs, like I understand in your profession you want to feel it all out. I always have mine turned all the way up. And Kate's like, why? Why would you do that? You're in pain. And I'm like, because I want to feel the things. So are you, in that version of you, are you seeing the things, feeling the things? Do you need all of it turned up? Because you're becoming the blood, you're becoming the victim, you're becoming everybody in that scene to get all the to get all the details. And
I think in that life I thought I needed that, but I don't.
Can you what do we just say it, or should we go into the sensory knob in that life? Like,
I'm just turning the knob down.
Okay.
I'm breathing it.
I think it'd be way cooler to go into it in that life. So they're cool, like 70s knobs, and it makes me think it's that show that takes the sunglasses off, and he's like, yeah.
The only show I got is thinking you doing that, because that's just a very Kate thing to do. I'm like, I don't know what show that is.
We solved it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That feels a lot lighter. CSI Miami, Levi says.
Oh, yes. Dude, just merge me with the version of me. Thank you.
Did you just merge with the CSI Miami form of you, Kate?
I was able to. Okay.
like that you need to do for everybody, right? Because there's multiple versions of you.
Lives.
Even though it's different shoes, it's like all the different hats that you wear, but shoes. Yep, you started to feel all of them. Cool. There you go. It's a lot of movement.
You can also say no to whoever you want to say no to. You could literally just be like, no. I don't want to feel you.
That doesn't work always as well with the feeling thing. It does work because you helped me with that in New York with the like saying no to the feeling. But when I know as a feeler that has to feel to see, my things have to go all the way around, wrap around, and then go, oh, I don't like that. And let it go. So I don't know I'm feeling anything. I don't know anything's on me to say no. I have to I'm like, what is this? And then I like wrap around it and then I go, I don't like that. So how would she, and me too, I would like help with that too. How do we say no to something without wrapping our full feeler around it? Like how do we, quote unquote, see it?
Well, if you know that they're coming.
But we don't.
Yeah, that's your knowing. Right? It would be knowing.
In those moments when I don't know and I have to feel that it's hot, to know that it's hot, to know that I don't want to touch it, how would I say no to it before putting my hand on the burner?
You keep on seeing a snake tongue. What's that about?
I saw like radiating heat. You could set it to temperatures.
So that would be for the burner. Mm-hmm. But if I could set it for temperatures, then I could do it for everything, right?
Right.
Like so anything that's a different than what's around me, right? Like a different. Okay, that helps me. Thank you.
Temperature.
I know this is really weird, but with yours, I think you need to set it to taste.
Me or Susan?
Susan.
Well, she saw a snake tongue, so.
Okay.
So that is hilarious because in human design, I'm open taste. So it's really funny that you said that.
So it's like the things that you
my
don't
sense
want.
is open taste. Yeah.
Make it.
And actually, I do that beforehand by sensing, like, does that sound really delicious to eat or not? So that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Probably puts a bad taste in your mouth when people like lie to you and stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
It makes you go, ugh, gross.
Yeah.
Huh. That song is still on.
The picture one?
Yeah. Are we not done in the crime scene life? I thought we were.
She's still in it.
Okay.
Instead of going to the end, she did the sensory knob thing, and then she went ahead and did the sensory knob to everybody, but she's still inside the crime scene life.
Okay. Activate the your what is it called? The divine spicy level.
Divine spicy.
Yeah, because then it's going to sort it automatically. And Kat, with you, because it would sort it to whatever you know of the things that you don't like already. So it would help you stay away from it either way.
Mine has to be some sort of texture. So divine temperature and texture, probably.
Like sandpaper or clipboards.
Ugh, gross. No, you knew what you were doing. You went like this before you said it. You were like,
yeah.
I hate clipboard. Oh my God. Clipboards don't make any sense to me because they're not a board and they're not paper and I hate it. I hate it. Ugh.
Well, it would be the thing that you would retch away from and you would say no to.
It's like when someone tries to energetically, she's still sleeping. So what are we missing?
Yawning for me in my practice is typically clearing.
Confirmation?
So,
clearing.
It's confirmation and clearing. Yeah.
but it used to be for me when I took a lot of naps. So, yes, confirmation and clearing. I don't want to tell you your truth, but also...
Yeah, it's also related to the exhaustion.
Oh,
the stuff that has changed in my body, like I've been like, I don't like that. I want something new. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate that. Why do I do that now? And then it's like, well, you didn't want to do the other thing anymore, Kat. And I'm like, crap. I didn't want to yawn anymore, so then I started to sneeze, and I didn't want to sneeze anymore, so I started to cough, and then I didn't want to cough anymore, and then it was like, oh, you can just dry heave, and I'm like, this is horrible. Like, what? Why?
Maybe yawning isn't so bad.
Yeah, yawning's great. Never mind, keep it. It's fine. Joy, my divine clipboard is not that. Like, if someone tries to hand me a clipboard in energy work or spiritual work, and it's that, I know it's not mine. I don't need to tell you what mine is, but it's not that. I don't like those.
So it's already set up. The texture thing is already set up.
Kate's clipboard isn't like that either. It's a different clipboard, too. We all have one.
Why would you do that?
We all have our own, like, notes or clipboard or notes app or whatever, energetically, that we prefer. Have you ever returned all of your stuff, Susan? All of your, like, notes and stuff? Will you try that?
Recently, yeah.
Spirit, if it's in my highest good.
Spirit, if it's on my highest good.
Please cleanse and purify.
Please cleanse and purify.
And return to me.
And return to me.
All of my notes.
All of my notes.
And projects.
And projects.
And the like.
And the like.
Back to my divine clipboard.
Back to my divine clipboard.
Put my clipboard back to balanced divine working order.
Put my clipboard back to divine balanced working order.
And put all of this in chronological order.
And put all of this in chronological order.
That was nice.
Oh, Angela, that's really nice. Someone's done my human design chart for me. 2 people have. And I wish I had their names right here because I know them. I know who they are. I would love to tell you, and I cannot. And I'm sorry about that. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
All right.
Better.
Can we say, like, Spirit, what's the next thing we need to heal about this?
Yeah. Next thing we need to go. It's the most impactful point to go from this.
It's a very heavy forehead.
God, why do I feel like you're swimming?
I feel underwater.
I'm just asking, is she a rock?
Oh, I thought she had a swimmer's cap on. Maybe that's algae.
No, swimmer's cap is accurate. I'm just making sure it was from something.
Oh.
It was from a different day. I just wanted to make sure we weren't at that same place. No, swimmer's cap, because I see, like, it's like this.
Yeah.
So that would be breaststroke, doing breaststroke. Well, possibly freestyle.
Here? This feels this feels like you're in the deep ocean. Not sure why.
Yeah, like a triathlon.
Yeah, like in the middle of the water. You can't see land.
Swimming against the current. I feel like training, like you said, right?
Why are you doing this?
Well, that would make her exhausted. I don't know.
Oh my God, look, a boat. That's crazy. You should swim towards it. This feels very like torture yourself until you just die. Like, yes. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be the best swimmer. I'm doing it.
And shore is 3 miles away. Only 3 miles? Does that make sense to you?
I think it made too much sense to her.
Yeah.
I think it hit way too close to home.
Yes. Definitely a metaphor, but yes, it did.
Like, cool. You're like shaking and stuff, so let's get you back to shore. We're just gonna power up the boat. Do you have snacks? Could we speed this up?
I don't even think your diet was good in this life. I don't think it was like, because I know that you should carb up and have, like, before a swim like that or training. It doesn't seem like you took care of yourself because you were too goal oriented to actually even care about your physical well-being here.
Yeah, and that resonates in this lifetime too. Because in 2019, I didn't take care of my physical body for so many years that I ended up in the ER. So with a blood transfusion.
Oh, so this is also in this life too.
It's a metaphor for this life, yeah. Which makes sense.
Now that you're in the boat, can you take your swim cap off? Because I have a really bad headache. I think it's not even the right size for you, but you didn't care.
Yeah.
Why do you have a swim cap on?
Because training.
Faster.
Yes, it is. That's what swimmers do. We put swim caps on. Yeah, it makes you sleek.
I'm going for a 3-mile swim. I want to be fast. Only 3 miles? I was trying to go 18. That was my goal.
And those goggles are really tight, too.
Yeah.
They've probably been on your head for too long. Yeah. But you had to wear those really tight because you didn't want any water to leak in. So it was like really painful. And then to bundle all your hair up and then have that on and then the cap and then you're sitting in the boat and you just hadn't taken any of it off. Well, you have now, but it's like...
Yeah.
I don't know how long you've been in the water, but I'm pretty sure it was for like days.
Yeah.
When you go numb, you can keep going. Like, I used to do distance swimming because I was not a sprinter, but I knew that once my body went numb, all I had to do was keep count. And then I was golden. Do you know do you know there's 2 movies that come to mind. One, of course, is Forrest Gump. I just felt like running. And then he just goes forever. Yeah. And then the second one is this lady, and I don't know the exact movie, but she goes a little crazy from her situation, and she literally just walks out into the water and just kills herself, which is very difficult to do, to just walk out into the water until you are gone. And it's very similar to those 2 things.
Yeah. I was hearing that I was swimming the English Channel, which is a double entendre about being a channel. And I was shutting off being a channel in that lifetime by swimming.
Okay, because when you were streaming against the current, I was like, are you swimming against your stream of consciousness?
Yes. So against the current, through a channel rather than being the channel. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think you should merge with this version of you.
What'd you say, Kate?
Merge with this version of you.
So what do you need to do beforehand? Because it's not like you have to stop being an athlete or whatever, but like, can you put your priorities back? Can you like talk to her? Can you like figure out what she's doing it for?
Well, she's doing it for identity. And the first word or sense I got when I merged with her was smile. Like, she hasn't smiled in a really, really long time. Like, this used to be fun. It used to be joy. And it hasn't been for decades.
I think just like being on a boat with people and talking to them as you're going back to shore is like super therapeutic to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Laughter is the best medicine. Yeah.
And they're kind of like, what were you doing out there? And you're just like, I was just swimming. And they're like, okay.
It's like telling them what's happening is making you realize how it's like snapping you back into reality. This is ridiculous. What for? What were you training for?
No reason.
I just felt like swimming.
I don't know. What's the date?
What's the date? And then they think you're joking. Yeah. And you're like, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It's weird. You're like noticing what color the water actually is too. And it's really seeming to like change your mood. You're like, I didn't know the water was like this color of green.
Yeah.
It's very like, oh shit.
You went through a moment on the boat too where you were like shaking, of course, because your body's so weak. But now you were so fucking far out there or wherever the hell channel or wherever this is. You're starting to warm up from the town now and from laughing.
Yeah.
It's almost like you remembered what it felt like to be alive. Probably from coming so close to death, I would say.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure.
I feel like it's good.
Yeah,
here.
It does feel good.
It's feeling really good. Okay, can you make that boat come to you too? Just send out some sort of signal or whatever that makes that boat pick you up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm asking the boat to pick me up sooner.
That's a good idea. Because it seems like that's the only thing. It had to be something completely, like nobody in your life could tell you anything. You would shut them all off. It seems like you were just doing your own thing. It had to be some strangers.
Yep.
It's like every time you say yep and you do the things, there's a new layer of awareness. And I don't know what this is. I just feel it because I don't know what you're doing. I just feel it going through my body. It's like a click into yep, click into yep. So I don't know if you're associating it with your current life now and then applying it in all sectors, but it's just like a blanket each time of warmth.
Yeah, I feel that too. It's like versions of me clicking into layer of warmth.
It's very, yep. It just seems really nostalgic and like a finally feeling.
What are you going to do when you get to shore, though?
Go home. Well, I'll let you answer.
Yeah, I just go home. It's like
go home and
live my life.
Yeah, like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Okay, well then what the fuck made that happen? Can we go to the root cause of it? Like now that it's healed, that timeline's good, but can we go back to figure out like why did that even happen to you?
I got that it was from a guy, but I didn't want to say that and it not be true. You know what I mean? Like, but that's
like
what
superimpose or whatever.
No, like someone broke up, like an ex, like broke up or something like that, and then it was like a kind of manic. Is that making sense?
No, maybe. I don't know if in this lifetime, but past lifetime, sure. I mean, anything could have happened. So
it was like somebody left.
Yeah.
Then it was like, you know how when you get this weird news and nothing happens in your brain but nothing?
Uh-huh.
And you just kind of swim. I just started swimming.
Yep.
And then you just swim the English Channel. You know what I'm saying? It just happens to the best of us.
That's the Forrest Gump reference from earlier because you got that movie, Kat. So that makes sense. I just started running. Yeah, I just started swimming. Yeah, that's true.
I got the joke. Why did you say
sorry? I'm sorry.
Explain it to
Me too. And I just kind of like,
I apologize. See you doing
You
too
should.
much.
You should apologize more.
Apologize more.
I just put on my cap and started swimming.
Earlier when we were watching Shawshank, Ben said, he goes, was this England here or England in Europe? And I went, what the fuck are you even talking about?
What does that mean?
And I was like, where did it even say anything about England anywhere? It was just so fucking random. So the fact that it's the English Channel, I just wanted to throw that in there. Not that it particularly matters, it just fits. So I thought, here you go, have it.
That's interesting.
Have that.
I kind of want to know what his line of thinking was.
I think he was channeling something because, like, the movie even talks about the main character going to Mexico and crossing over in Texas. It's very clearly in America. All the characters are speaking American English. Like, and it was really strange. It was when, what's that actor's name? The one that everybody loves. And he was driving up to the tree or getting a ride.
Morgan Freeman?
Yes, it was him. It was during that scene where he's driving or riding in the car and it's through like cornfields and there's a sign for a town and then Ben goes, is this England here or England across the water? And I was like, what? Anyway. Okay, that's for another day. Sorry.
I will definitely be channeling this later. Thanks, Kat.
Welcome.
Yeah, what needs to happen with this guy? Like, I don't know, the word like boyfriend seems empty, so I know that's my own paraphrasing of what this was. Somebody left you.
It feels like for me, it's like when you talked to Susan, you said, hey, was it a boyfriend? And she went, yeah, that makes sense. It just like, she just automatically was like, that's not even fucking important.
Right.
And then it just like fixed itself. But if you're still seeing that it needs to be fixed, I don't want to. Did you want to have that experience still of the swimming and the boat and stuff? Is that what's keeping it slightly stuck?
Well, I mean, in a way, it's like really freeing. It's kind of like you can be like, yeah, I did that. I swam the English Channel.
Yep.
And then people will ask you about it. Why? Was it for a marathon? No. I just started swimming. Like, just 'cause.
But if you're in control of that destiny instead of like being driven there by another force, right? There we go.
Yeah, it's almost like it turned her view like slightly to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Well, I bet a version of you was still swimming there. That might have to do with the exhaustion.
Probably. Never ending swimming. Yeah.
We'll copy and paste this, then
Paste this to all.
form the versions that need it and want it, conducive to what they need.
What they need.
You know, just to where they won't fucking die. But
We'll see one too. That's okay too.
Yeah, it's totally up to you. It's fine. However you want to live your game. However you want to play it.
However you want to swim your swim.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw, the movie Loki, or I don't think it's a movie, but Loki as an alligator. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah. In the Loki TV series, the different dimensions, and he has different versions of himself. And I was like, oh yeah, that's real. And then one of the Lokis is an alligator, or crocodile, or something. Yeah. Did you just merge with the Loki alligator? Because I just felt emergent. I'm like, really elongated. I was like, that's an alligator form. Okay.
They really wanted to swim the channel, so just letting them.
It feels really good here.
Yeah, everything's
It's
good.
very like when you see the sunrise, except it's like that feeling all the time in this life now.
Yeah.
Like, huh? It's almost like you saw the other side.
Sunrise, sunset, swiftly. Okay, I'm done. I think that's it. I guess do some closing statements. Do you want to do closing statements the longer way, the shorter way, or your own way?
Longer way would be good.
Okay,
Shorter way.
then that's me. All right,
Okay.
so Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
please copy and paste
please copy and paste
everything that we did today
everything we did today
to all forms and versions of me
to all forms and versions of me
and situations
and situations
conducive to what they need
conducive to what they need
throughout space,
throughout space,
spaces in between,
spaces in between,
dimensions,
dimensions,
realms,
realms,
pocket dimensions,
pocket dimensions,
timelines,
timelines,
realities,
realities,
lands,
lands,
and multiverses.
and multiverses.
This time when we did that, just saying, your wingspan went out like really far with that. That was really interesting because I haven't felt that doing the timeline merge with you before. Spirit, if it's in the highest good,
Spirit, if it's in the highest good,
please copy and paste this
please copy and paste this
to the residual.
to the residual.
There we go. Close all dead timelines.
Close all dead timelines.
Mend all broken or shattered timelines.
Mend all broken or shattered timelines.
If it's in the highest good, merge all timelines
It's in the highest good, merge all timelines
to the most healed timeline.
to the most healed timeline.
Please put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Please put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Feels really good. And to all four quadrants.
Into all four quadrants.
Ripple everything into my current now form.
Ripple everything into my current now form.
Let's put an S on the end of that so it can go into all current now forms.
Yeah, into all current now forms.
There we go. I want to add this. Please release all. We're going to add the highest good at the end of this one. So please release all soul contracts
Please release all soul contracts
connected to religion,
connected to religion,
government,
government,
world government,
world government,
galactic government, negative 12th dimension government,
negative 12th dimension government,
karmic family,
karmic family,
soul family,
soul family,
physical family,
physical family,
chosen family,
chosen family,
and self
and self
that are no longer in my highest good,
that are no longer in my highest good,
or rewrite them conducive.
or rewrite them conducive to my highest good.
Okay, please release all soul fragments
Please release all soul fragments
connected to all of this,
connected to all of this,
wrapped in divine justice
wrapped in divine justice
and love, light, and forgiveness.
and love, light, and forgiveness.
Return them to their rightful owners
Return them to their rightful owners
at this time.
at this time.
If it's in the highest good,
If it's in the highest good,
please undo
please undo
anything done by any of us tonight
anything done by any of us tonight
that was not in my highest good or should not have been done.
that was not in my highest good or should not have been done.
A little bit of movement. Okay. Please align myself,
Please align myself,
family, friends,
family, friends,
relationships, pets,
relationships, pets,
career, home,
career, home,
clarity,
clarity,
prosperity and purpose,
prosperity and purpose,
with the most healed timeline,
with the most healed timeline,
what's rightfully and already ours,
what's rightfully and already ours,
receiving what's rightfully and already ours,
receiving what's rightfully and already ours,
and back to all current now moments.
and back to all current.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, it was good. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. I appreciate both of you. Thank you.
Don't be a
times.
disconnect,
Good times.
everybody. It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you as well. Take care.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
To book a dual session with Kate and Kat, visit either of our websites listed in the description of this video. For a spirit guide reading, you can book with Captain Kate at www.captainkate.com. For a one-on-one trauma healing session with Cat and Boots, you can visit www.catandboots138.com.